Welcome back for another episode of Super Fun Game Review Podcast Go. Find us on Facebook.com/superfunpodcast, Twitter.com/superfunpodcast, Patreon.com/superfunpodcast, Instagram @superfunpodcastgo, iTunes @Superfun Game Review Podcast Go. Thanks and enjoy the show.
Welcome back for another episode of Super Fun Game Review Podcast Go! I will be your host tonight. Steve, are you still there? Smith, to my right, Clockmane.
The cake is a lie.
It really is. And then, to my left, Ralph.
This was a triumph. Do-do-do-do-do. It's terrible to hear me sing that song.
Well,
You're welcome, everybody.
it kind of is. So, welcome to Portal, everybody.
Wait, whose portal? Your portal?
My portal.
I don't want to see your portal.
It's through my mouth and in my butt. Welcome to my portal. Brr. 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 Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
So really, let's do some initial impressions. Hey, Ralph, tell me what you think about the game.
I don't want to tell you my final thoughts to start, but
No, don't you do it.
let me give you background to the world of Portal
Sure,
from my perspective.
bring it in.
Okay.
This is your initial thoughts.
My initial thoughts,
Yeah, your beginning thought.
I had heard of Portal years ago and played it with a friend who's no longer a friend. I was sort of forced. It was like, you need to play this game.
Oh, no.
And I was like, okay, I'll try it. And I enjoyed it. And it was unique and interesting and a good challenge to, figure out the puzzles the first time. I really feel like, and this is just an aside, I really feel like this game, the first time you play it is a unique experience. And after that, it's sort of just a cakewalk.
Yep.
No pun intended.
Hey, this guy over here.
But no, I think it was just before Portal 2 came out. I was like, look, you need to play the first one. So I did, enjoyed it. I completely understood, the humor and the appeal and everything. The reason that it was so beloved at that point. I enjoyed another playthrough.
Nice. Clark, tell me about your experience with Portal before Portal.
Before Portal. So initially, I bought the orange box the day it came out. I was excited to play Half-Life 2 on Xbox. I played like a few hours of Half-Life 2, and I was like, all right, I'll check out this new thing that they're hawking. Loaded it up, and instantly was like, well, I'm going to be here for hours. I ended up playing that more than I ended up playing Half-Life 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really, really, really like Portal.
See, I didn't actually get my Portal experience until Portal 2.
You were in high school, prom night.
That's what it is. How'd you call me out on that, Ralph?
Called you out.
You bitch. You little bitch. But I did not get the orange box. I did play Half-Life before Portal, but that was my first experience in the world of Portal. So when this came up, I'm like, oh, I finally have a chance to experience and play the first edition of it. You know what? I'll save that for gameplay.
Okay.
But it was nice to get this out of the way. So
Get this out of the way.
Wow,
Like it was
okay.
a chore.
Yeah, right?
yeah, nope. Again,
This game is great. I'm
I'll
so glad
delve
we
in-
got it out of the
I
way.
will
Now I'll
delve
let it
into
collect
that.
dust.
When the time comes, I will share my piece.
When the time comes, you'll put your companion cube into the incinerator. I understand.
It made me so sad.
I haven't been recording. I'm a jackass.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Ha ha ha. Got you.
you
yeah.
GLaDOS.
You did.
GLaDOS burn.
Feel the burn.
Feel the burn.
Oh, that reminds me. Don't let me forget.
Sanders?
I'm going to go out to my car and get some cake just before we do final thoughts.
Wait, do you actually have cake?
No, the cake is a lie.
Son of a bitch!
God damn it.
I-
God damn it.
I kind of got excited that there was going to be cake.
I knew as soon as he was like, there's cake, I was like,
I have cake in my trunk.
Yeah.
So let's blip on into some game development.
We're going to blip, are
Gonna
we?
blip.
Yeah,
Let's
blipping.
blip it.
Blipping.
Game development.
All right, guys. So Portal consists primarily of a series of puzzles. Now,
Sounds like you're reading.
it sounds like I'm reading. Now, so I think the most interesting fact about Portal is development is there was a game called Narbacular Drop
Right.
that was developed. Valve's developers saw it at like a GDC or like one of those like
It's like a convention,
industry conventions.
Okay.
Expressed a lot of interest in it. Ended up employing all of the people that made Narbacular Drop to make Portal essentially.
I heard somewhere, sorry to interrupt, I heard somewhere that Gabe Newell, like, after like a 30-minute like demonstration was like, okay, I want to hire you and do this and do that, just like on the spot. Like,
Yeah, I heard that too. Like
Something
he had
like
made
that.
someone a job offer before he left.
Right.
Damn.
And like one of the things that they kept from that is female protagonist and blue and orange portals.
Oh, okay.
Those were also a Narbacular Drop. Although in Narbacular Drop they actually kind of look like eyes and then like a mouth with teeth, and that's like you enter.
Okay, I think I
and
saw
exit through it.
screenshots
It's
of
kind of weird. Other than that, it was a game developed by Valve in
2007.
Which is pretty impressive because it can still hold up as a puzzle game.
Yeah, it's still, I still think it's one of the most ingenious kind of puzzle
First-person
games
puzzle
out
game?
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I would almost call it iconic by this point.
Stop it.
Well,
You're just using one of those words we use for all of our episodes, right? Oh, you're serious. I'm sorry. Yeah, Portal is iconic. You're right. It fits the bill. It fits the bill. I'm not trolling. Sorry.
I don't believe you.
I'm not trolling. Actually, I would say that the Portal franchise is pretty much the pinnacle of first-person puzzle games at this point.
Yeah. I mean, what other game in the past 10 years can you really put up against it? Like, strictly puzzle game. Because that's all this game is.
Rambo, the video game.
True. No.
No?
that's,
the only thing
that's-
puzzling
that's-
about that game is why it was fucking made.
Hey. Double guns, bitch.
Couple guns, bitch.
That's it.
The only thing puzzling is why does Sylvester Stallone look like a melted doll?
Yeah, pretty much. So,
I mean, this was pretty much made as, like, an add-on for the most part.
kind of.
Ish.
I watched a series of videos ages ago now about the orange box and how that sort of came together, because I know we're talking about Portal, but we can't really separate Portal from the orange box because that was how it was released in mass initially.
Yeah,
right.
So yeah, it was, if I remember right, I got the orange box for the PS3, and I think I played the first and second episodes of Half-Life 2, but I didn't actually play Half-Life 2 on it because I had it for my computer. I had it for PC, and I completely skipped over Portal and Team Fortress 2. Like, I didn't even bother with them when I had it. So, right, Portal's developed. They don't really know how to market it, I guess, and they decide to throw it in the mix with the orange box, and it becomes like a sleeper hit. Like, I guess they weren't expecting it to have the critical acclaim that it did, and set the precedent that it did. But
this was before Steam was the juggernaut that it is now. With
Yeah.
So
Right.
and like they could have launched this on Steam like a month ago, and it would be selling gangbusters, like tens of millions of copies. So what they did was, I remember reading like why like Portal was added. Portal was added so that if there was somebody that owned both Team Fortress and Half-Life 2,
A reason to buy
they
it.
have a reason to buy it for the PCs or for the consoles.
I see.
And they bundled it that way in for the PC as well, for people who might have only had one or two pieces of it. And because Steam prorates, if you have something that's in a bundle, they prorate your bundle down. It's actually pretty cool. So, like, if you owned, I believe Portal was never standalone until way later. I believe you could only get it through the orange box.
Yeah,
and that's how they
beginning.
sold that.
Yeah.
Even on PC, though, is what I'm saying, is like it was never standalone.
No.
Right when it launched. And so what they did was like, oh, if you have Half-Life 2, but maybe you don't have Episode 1 and 2 or Team Fortress, then this bundle that would be $60 is actually only $30. Or if you own all of those components, you get the orange box. It unlocks Portal for like $15.
It was in the day where if you actually had the original content and then you were upgrading from there, they would give you a little bit of a discount instead of like, oh, no, you're going to pay the same at the same time.
No, you're going to
Steam
buy.
just works like that now. It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. You're going to buy a $60 game, and the DLC is going to be $30 each bit. And if you want extra content, you're going to buy it $5 a piece here or there.
Yeah,
If you want that gun skin, it's going to be $1.50.
That's just called DLC.
But let's not get into that.
No,
that
that was an earlier episode. We went over that already. All right, boys, let's launch ourselves into story.
Story.
So you wouldn't think there's an actual story to this game, but
That would be a lie.
they're
Just like the cake.
Oh, son of a bitch. God damn it. But there really is. I mean, as you go and progress through the game, you see that, oh, there's like a hidden room here and there. And it doesn't really explain anything, but you can just tell, oh, someone else was put through these trials and they had almost as hard of a time as you had.
I do like the way that the squeaky clean facade of Aperture is slowly eroded away by the unknown character or the rat man or whatever his name is, the person that scribbled all these things and has been living just outside the test chambers. And it doesn't specifically say anything, but it sort of tells you, it sheds light on what's actually going on here. So it's indirect, or it's not, it doesn't beat you over the head with it, but it's subtle at first and it becomes more apparent what's going on as you go through the game.
And I think it's kind of neat because you start to get to the Chamber 19, where at the end, GLaDOS starts feeding you into like the Inferno.
Who's GLaDOS?
Oh no, we haven't gotten there yet. You are being fed into the incinerator, and then you find your own way out. And the entire way after that, through like the
last quarter of the game, basically.
Yeah, I don't want to say warehouse because that seems not the
industrial complex. The chutes and ladders. No ladders. Platforms and hydraulic pumps.
The back end of Aperture.
The back end.
Sure. Hey, I'm doing the best I can, motherfucker.
Hey, it's better than your front, let me tell you.
Oh, shit. But when you're in the seedy underbelly of Aperture, I'll go with
that. The seedy underbelly, okay.
You still have guidance from someone who was there before you, because you have the little symbols of this is where you need to go. They even have the little pictures of...
written in blood.
Yeah, it's blood.
I don't think it's blood.
From Ratman.
Ratman. It's the Ratman.
Is he officially called Ratman?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, they kind of get a little more into that in 2. But that's the character name is Ratman. He's the other person that has like escaped before you, that is kind of like giving you little signs and things like that.
Yeah, which I think is really cool because they actually made a story for it. You're not just doing a puzzle game where, oh, I need to put this block on this trigger so I can go through this door. I need to get this little beam ball like into this other spot.
The beam ball. Beam ball. Right in the beam ball.
Beam ball. If you have a better word, you let me know. But
a ball of energy.
It's not so much where I'm just solving a puzzle.
Yeah, the ball of energy totally makes more sense than beam ball.
The beam ball.
A beam ball.
All right, we know it. From here on out, I will reference it as
beanbag.
Beanball. Fuck you.
Bean bowl.
Beam ball into the energy flower. Unlock the uppy downy.
The uppy downy.
With the red button pusher.
Oh my god.
The platforms, the lefties and righties.
I hate you all so much.
The pew pew zippity doo dah gun.
The mustard and ocean shooter. No.
They tried to make a story, goddammit. There was something to follow. It wasn't just, hey, I'm going to have
Kool-Aid.
Objective A into Objective B. You know, beanball in the energy flower.
The beanball.
Orange juice and Drano.
The ever deadly beanball.
Beanball.
And then there was a little more to it, which it is basically you would pick up over like a couple of the
Wait,
chapter.
you're vaulting around here. You're launching yourself into the stratosphere. Hold on.
Oh,
you wake up.
Well, why
and
don't
you're
you,
in a room. You wake up and you're in a little room with like a radio, a mug, a clipboard,
Sure.
and like a pod that you were in.
Yeah.
And you discover that not only are you not human,
Some weird looking legs.
but you're female and you got these weird legs. And it doesn't say it in the game, I don't think, but your name is Shell, basically.
yeah.
I don't know where it is in the game. I just know that her name is Shell.
Is her name?
I am a husk.
You find
Michelle?
it. No, it's Shell. You actually find it on one of the clipboards somewhere. That's like her run.
But the game starts you out with like you can pick something up, you can drop it, there are portals that you don't control, and this is how you use them. And then you get access to a portal gun that's just one portal, and then you get access to the other
Axis.
The Axis.
Then you
I get
get
the
access. Then you get access to the orange juice side of the portal gun, and then
Orange juice
it
too.
just
You
goes
get to
crazy
utilize
from
the
there.
gun to its full extent.
You get to use both barrels,
Yes.
You know what's really funny?
left and right.
You get to use
And
the
topical.
portals.
Tide Pods.
Oh my god!
Oh.
Literally,
Oh,
the
wow.
reticle is a Tide Pod.
No wonder I was so goddamn hungry through this entire game.
That's why
if you
Harry's not
haven't
here.
had a
That's
snack-
why Harry's not here. Okay.
He ate a Tide Pod
He
while
played
playing
so
it.
much Portal, he had to chew on a Tide Pod.
Feverishly masturbating.
He's
Which I would say there's
I don't know where
nothing
that came
better
from.
than having a Tide
the
Pod
only way
in your
Harry
mouth
masturbates
and
is
your dick in your
feverishly.
hand. No,
It's
just
Tide
go
Pods.
do it. Tide
actually-
Pods are delicious.
quick aside. I watched an in-depth video of what happens to your body when you do that, and it's insane how concentrated.
wait,
those-
when you masturbate or when you eat
no,
Tide
when you eat a
Pods?
Tide Pod.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Hey, you didn't.
I watched an
specify.
instructional video of how to masturbate.
You may have.
Wow.
It was just some
You may
chick
have.
telling him what to do.
Yeah.
He watched.
Yeah, go
he,
ahead.
he accidentally watched
Grab it in
cuckold
your
porn.
hand. It's like, I don't know if I want to do this. Grab it in your hand.
Your neighbor's
All right.
bigger than you. What the fuck is going on?
Wait, Ralph's
Wow.
a cuck? I don't.
Ralph's a cuck.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Anyway, back
You
to
don't,
Portal.
you don't know what that is. You're a sweet
I think
boy.
I do. I think
No,
I
you-
do.
you don't.
I think
You
I
don't.
do.
I think
You
I do.
don't.
I think I'm a little vanilla, but I think I do. Anyway,
Anyway,
Tide Pods.
is vanilla vegan?
Tide Pod.
Yeah.
Steven
Yeah.
vegan?
Oh, I stumped him. I stumped him for a second.
Yeah.
I got you, good fucker. No.
Well, in my head, all I heard was, "No, it's not. Mustard's a seed." That's all I heard.
Throw my goddamn beer at your head.
Not again.
Anyway, I did want to say that I know it's gameplay, but in terms of story, I like how it doesn't hit you over the head with. There aren't like 18 minutes of cutscenes in this. It's all little bits that you pick up, and all of the, or not all of it, but a lot of the exposition is given to you by GLaDOS over the loudspeaker, which is a fantastic performance, and we'll get into that later.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I think the little doses that they give you keep you interested enough that as they really, because I mean, you know, you go through like essentially 18 tests, and there's very, very little behind the scenes or, you know, like inkling that there's something else going on. And then they just kind of throw it all at you, but it doesn't seem overwhelming in a way, because like it's literally like, okay, escape. All of this is new and discovering. The only person that they're going to give you to talk to at the end and fight is GLaDOS, and that's someone that you've been talking to subtly, not realizing that you're actually kind of like being told this story almost, like subtly throughout the game, and then it kind of just all hits you like, oh yeah, of course I'm talking to the boss. Of course this is the person that's doing this. And then when she's like, oh, the neurotoxins, and I killed all the scientists here, and I've been running these fucking tests.
And then
like,
I can't
You're not surprised at all.
control
right.
the neurotoxins. Oh, you knocked out the one sensor of morality, and then I'm just a
Her
bitch.
voice changes then.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
No, it changes
Yeah.
like 4 times, which I think is really, really cool.
As you dump the nodes.
I mean, it's
There's the purple node and the red
It's,
node, the green node.
she's a very appropriate boss, because when you start playing this game as a puzzle game, you just think that you're just going to get through and then be done. But at the very end, you actually have to, defeat a boss. With playing Portal 2, knowing that you fight GLaDOS, I kind of expected it for the first game, and actually being able to play through Portal.
Wait, did you play Portal 2 first?
Yeah, this is the
that
first
earlier.
time that
I'm sorry.
actually played Portal.
Okay.
Which she came back as with her revenge, I guess is the best way to put it.
Spoilers, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, well,
Internet's gonna-
in Portal 2, she comes back with her revenge. You mean? Yeah.
The Revenge of GLaDOS.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
No,
Wheatley's working against you too. Oh, that's a huge spoiler.
yeah. Oh no!
Portal 2.
But by this point,
The
if
second
you haven't
Portal.
played it, then it's your own fault. I could have looked online and just got all of the information, but I didn't. I just played it, so it's already ruined it for you.
You just pushed play. That's what you did.
But to go from just puzzle game to
Boss fight?
not quite first-person shooter, but with the way that you had to defeat the boss, you had to really kind of drum up a little more like strategy for it. That's something
Definitely.
I really liked, like in the story. Like I found that going through, yes, you're just being this person, you're a subject, you're just trying to get through, the next phase. And then at the very end, the one who's been...
The woman behind the curtain. The woman behind the voice.
Yeah, that's pretty much the best way to put it. The one who's been like antagonizing you the entire time, you get your vengeance at the end. And I found that very, very satisfying.
Do you, though?
I did.
There was an explosion and you're
Oh, I know.
dragged out
there
of
were
frame.
multiple explosions. Every time it's like, hit her with the rocket launcher, it's like, and another little appendage popped off.
I like
It's
Node.
yeah.
I like
there's
Node.
one. Every time another node popped off, I got to grab it up and throw it in the incinerator. It's a little bit of extra fuck you.
Yeah, you can't see this obviously, but Steve's getting very
Erect.
Very,
no. It's
animated is what I was going
Wait.
to say.
All right. Well, with that, let's slap our way into gameplay.
Gameplay.
Let's dick on down into the game.
God. Digging into gameplay.
I, for one, think the gameplay in this is incredible. I think there's really inventive ways that you can use the portal gun to really just kind of like navigate around. Like, have you ever seen any of the the speed runs for this? There are ways that you never touch the fucking ground. You're constantly just going through portals. Like, it's fucking nuts. Like,
No, I believe that.
people never touch the fucking ground speed running this game in 15 minutes. It's ridiculous. Like,
I looked up the times because I knew it was a shorter game, and it's like completionist 20 hours,
That
average
seems like an overkill.
average 4 hours, world record 32 minutes.
Really?
Apparently,
Damn.
I sat
But-
down and beat this one shot in about an hour.
Yeah, this was maybe about 2.5, but only because I did like one or two extra, like the advanced levels afterwards.
The challenges.
Yeah, when they were available.
my run was about 2.5 as well. I actually started to slow down on the last mission. Some of the not puzzles, but where the hell am I supposed to go here threw me here and there.
Yeah, I think I had a little bit of an advantage with playing Portal 2 compared to playing the original
It's more
Portal.
advanced.
Yeah, it is, because they start to utilize like where you have to shoot a portal up very high and then kind of jump out of there, drop straight down, so that way you can kind of like repeat yourself. And there was so much of that in the second game
Okay.
that it just almost seemed like, this is what I need to do in the first game.
Came naturally to you because you had that prior experience.
Where that was something that they really started to utilize in the second game.
Yeah, to go off Clark's point, I did want to say that I don't want to say that the phrase is cliche, but the gameplay in this is about as unique as it gets.
Yeah.
It's exceptional, and I completely understand why Valve is like, okay, that's it, we'll buy it, make a game, do it, done. The concept and the way that it's used is remarkable.
for something like this, I would not mind a Portal 3.
Puzzle games are extinct. The only other thing that I can think of that's like on the tier with it is Catherine. Catherine's an amazing puzzle game. Little bits of story and straight puzzles. Like, it's just pure puzzling. There's not anything else to it. It's still played competitively, which is crazy to me.
Is that a PlayStation?
Xbox 360.
Oh, okay.
Worth checking out.
Catherine or Portal is competitively?
Catherine.
Oh, okay.
But it's a pure puzzle game.
I did want to say that you said, give me a Portal 3. You don't seem to realize who you're dealing with. It's a Valve game. There's no Half-Life 3. There's no Left 4 Dead 3.
There's no
Portal 3. They never complete a trilogy.
They didn't even fucking make an episode 3.
Yeah.
For
Team Fortress 3? No.
Can I be hopeful?
No.
In my wishes?
Nope.
Okay.
it would be the first 3
Goddamn.
that they made.
Yeah, the almighty Gabe says no.
Well, you know what?
And they did the smart thing and didn't label Counter-Strike, because there is 3 Counter-Strikes.
Oh, Jesus.
But they're not numbered.
Right.
So out of those 3, can I just have Portal? Because that's probably the easy.
No. They'd much rather just make a new franchise than make a final act. In a
Fucking
trilogy.
Valve.
Let's move on into graphics.
Let's beanball our way into graphics.
Jesus.
Graphics.
Well, with playing this game on PC, the graphics were beautiful.
Even going back to my Xbox 360, I remembered how like crisp and clean it looked back then. It's a little dated now. I won't lie, but I think it still holds up as a pretty decent looking game. The actual like design for the portals, like the little wisps and stuff around the edges, and like how well it can render going at super speeds.
True.
Like going through the 2 different portals, like one in the ceiling and one directly underneath you, and just going through. Like, that's actually kind of impressive for how quick that can go. I'd say it's a fairly it's a really drab game. There's not a lot. There's no color to it except for the last like 3 seconds of the ending credits and the boss fight. But it's just dull
Whites and
tones,
grays
white, gray, brown, black sludge. Like,
And then, of course, the blue and orange.
yeah, and I think that art style specifically makes it kind of interesting as well, because like it's very drab, and then you just have these like really luminous colors. Like it's not just like a dull blue and a dull orange. It's like very bright and vibrant. You can, you shoot that portal, where it is by looking at the entire environment, exactly where it is. Yeah. So,
Portal pops.
Would you play it on, Ralph?
I played it on PC as well.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm. When it comes to the graphics, I sort of look at it naturally the same way I do Half-Life 2. Like, it isn't graphically amazing, but nothing looks bad, in my opinion. Well, actually, that's not true. Some of the metal, like, pumps and things, I thought the metal look to them looked a little hokey. There were a couple specifically. There weren't many.
Yeah.
Just like a bad texture. But everything else, is fine. And, 20 years from now, it's never going to look bad. It's just, it sort of, this is where it was at when it was made. And I want to say that it's serviceable, but that sounds way too negative. It's just, it's fine. It's fine, is what it is.
Yeah, well, even I'll be honest, in comparison, like Portal 2, the first experience I had with the game was on PS3. Mm-hmm. And then playing the original Portal on PC and being able to like ramp up the graphics a little bit, it's gorgeous. Like, it looks very, very nice. Yeah, I ran into a couple issues. Like, actually, I had some like really bad clipping where it was in the middle of loading, and it's just like timed out a little bit, where it's like
Okay.
and then finally loaded in. But I'm not going to complain with like the actual experience I got out of it. I mean, it looks really, really nice.
No, I gotcha. But at the same time, I'm not going to play Portal because I want to be wowed from the graphics.
No, but it's an added bonus where yes, I'll take an 16-bit game and enjoy the shit out of it just because it's a good game. But if you can add some like decent graphics on top of a good game, then
Well, that's a whole nother debate. Yeah, I gotcha.
let's get into music/sound.
Music.
Well, the music is pretty much non-existent for the most part until you get to the ending credits. Oh, Mr. Clark, you are shaking your head. Go ahead, enlighten my life.
I actually think like the sound design in this is actually really important.
No, sound or music?
The sound design, including the little music at the end. First off, the music at the end is fantastic. And if there's only one song in the entire game, then the music's incredible because the song is fucking incredible.
No, I agree.
Clark said.
I agree.
So I wouldn't say that the music is like a write-off by any means. What I will say is I actually think the sound design is actually really rather intelligent. If you've ever played Portal in surround sound, it's very crisp and like you can hear they took the time to really mask sound to everything. Your footsteps, the portals, everything. Like it's really actually incredible.
It is. It's detailed.
I really think that they took a lot of time making sure this game held up to the same sound quality of Half-Life 2. I mean, it's built on the engine, and they kind of have something like the portal gun in Half-Life 2. It doesn't shoot the portals, but it's like the grapple. You know, like the is it
Gravity gun.
The gravity gun. They kind of utilize something kind of like the portal gun, where it's like physics-based. It incorporates the physics anyway.
And at the end of the game, you get the super gravity gun, which can shoot the what were we calling them? The balls.
Beanballs.
The beanballs.
Beanballs.
You can catch and shoot
Beanballs!
Yep, beanballs. But yeah, I think the sound is actually really good. I mean, I wouldn't say it's incredibly remarkable. I think it's well done for what it is. It's not a sound intensive game, but like when a turret is shooting at you, it sounds like a real gun, and like, you know, like I think
they really put attention to detail when it comes to like any type of audio because there's not a whole lot of sound to go off of, I guess.
Right, and then like GLaDOS is so well done. GLaDOS is absolutely amazing.
The magic word.
The voice acting is incredible.
GLaDOS.
Like the different filters and effects on her voice are great. Like when
Especially
you're throwing out
that-
all the nodes and stuff, and
like at the end, the boss battle you're talking about, right?
Yeah. When you're throwing out all the nodes that are falling off of her, and her voice is constantly changing, and it's just.
I'm shaking my head in agreement vigorously.
Yeah, I think the sound. I think the sound design is incredible.
I think that's where it really, really shines through. There's not a whole lot through the actual game that you're really going to get, you know, like satisfaction of like audio. But when you're actually in the room with GLaDOS and she's, you know, when you break off the empathy node, it's like, are you still there? And there's like a very distinct
Tonal shift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then that follows through the entire boss battle. I actually think that is probably the best implement of the audio in the entire game.
You're not going to see, or you're not going to hear an argument from me when it comes to that. This game, when it comes to the sound, to me, is all GLaDOS. The
I think that's it. Well,
way it was written, the way it was performed.
Well, she's the one who's there through the
done.
entire game. I
I
mean,
know.
yeah, you're going to have like the blip of when you shoot an actual portal. You're going to
felt
have
betrayed when I saw those flames coming
I know.
from the incinerator.
Oh, I
because
know.
GLaDOS was my friend and my mentor and my guide throughout the entire game.
I have
And then
cake.
She does the heel turn. The cake
The
was a
cake
lie.
is very warm. You're going to die. It's like, oh, fuck you.
The
No.
cake is delicious. Hurry up or it'll all be gone.
But I do think that is like the top notch of the entire game, where it's just monotone through all of your trials, and then once you start going through the back end of Aperture, and when you actually get into the chamber of GLaDOS, the way that made her perceive that is, I think it's very on point. I think it's very fitting for the game.
I don't want to say it makes it. Between GLaDOS and the actual gameplay with the portals, that's it. Everything else, it could have been set in, I don't know.
Yeah, well, she's
medieval
there just
France, and it still would have been good.
She's trying to egg you on like the entire game, and it's like, well, no, I'm going to do my own thing, and then at the very end, for like the last quarter of the game, you're just running about, literally like behind her back because she doesn't have cameras on you.
Behind her back, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
and I did want to say that Ella McLean is the actress who does the voice for GLaDOS. She apparently is also the witch in Left 4 Dead. She does the voice performance for the witch. Which I can think of is the music.
That's a stunning performance.
No, she
I am not
it.
impressed by your performance.
She killed it.
I'm not impressed by your performance.
What is that from?
That's
GSP talking to Matt
George
Hughes.
St. Pierre.
George Rush St. Pierre.
My orange circle and blue circle come together, and here we have final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
You're just checking out your own ass with your orange and purple.
You're
orange and
goddamn
purple,
right.
Orange and blue circles.
Tell me your final thought.
So, yeah, Portal is a fantastic short game, in my opinion. It's a wonderful puzzle game with fun story and performance, and it's great to replay again and again, I think. So I don't really have much more to say other than, Valve, you did a good job. Make some final entries in a trilogy every once in a while. You know, it's possible. Do it. Great concept, great execution.
Come on, Valve, make a fucking sequel to any of your goddamn games.
Fallout 3 confirmed.
Go ahead.
Fallout 3 confirmed?
Sorry, Half-Life 3 confirmed.
We're only about 10 years ago.
I want Portal 3. I want Left 4 Dead 3. I want Counter-Strike 3.
You want Half-Life 4.
I want Half-Life 4. Anyway, I think Portal is one of those games that I think everyone should play. And I think that what makes it unique and interesting is GLaDOS, is the way that the puzzles are kind of made, but also like there's like a set way that's really easy to get through the game, and with the challenges and stuff, there are tons of different ways that you can figure things out. Like they start to get kind of like freestyle-y a little later in some of the challenge maps where like there's multiple ways to solve puzzles and stuff. I think as a design, that's incredible. Like making a puzzle with one solution is, you know, how you make a fucking puzzle, but making it with multiple solutions where you can do a multitude of different things to solve the same fucking puzzle in the same defined space using the same like parameters and thing, that is fucking genius. And Valve, you know, when they are making games, typically knock it out of the fucking park. I want more. That's my final thoughts. I want more.
I'm going to completely agree.
You're not going to play devil's advocate?
Where I think Clark hit it on the head. It's pretty much, I love holes.
I love holes. Is that what you just said?
I love holes. I love shooting holes and things.
I love holes.
I like entering holes and coming out of one other hole.
I shoot holes all day.
I love puzzle games. I really do. And there are very few developers that can actually put a game together as well as Valve with Portal. I know, like, you have your Assassin's Creed, you have your Uncharted, where there's some puzzles that are put into games, but it's not the bread and butter of that game. And that's something that I do love that, because it makes you think. There's not a lot of games that really make you think anymore. It's a very like one track like mindset that here you go, here's what you're doing, here's, you know, your objective, and then you're done there.
It's either too linear or it's open world, and you just follow the breadcrumb trail to get to the objective.
Exactly. I mean,
Bless you.
Thank you.
Clark's allergic to the truth when it comes to
I know.
video games.
All right. Oh my God, I'm Alex Jones. I'm coming in here now. Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's a false flag operation. What the fuck? No Alex Jones. Okay.
Is that another Canadian UFC fighter I don't know?
No.
Yes. It's a Canadian UFC fighter. Look up Alex Jones highlights on YouTube.
Alex Jones? No! That's Alex Jones?
That's Alex Jones right there.
I didn't know that was
Here it comes.
It turned the frogs gay. Or is that Alex Cross? Now I got him confused.
They're probably
Who cares?
Close. I don't. Who gives a shit? I feel like there are more games that should follow the track of Valve with Portal, where puzzle games are just being very left in the dust. That's my own personal opinion. It's a genre that's on its way out, and I don't feel okay about that. How about some scores?
The score.
How about them scores?
Okay. I'm going to go 90.
Nice.
Solid.
I will raise my fist and my dick for a solid A.
Solid A.
Solid
A solid.
A solid eye.
Appropriate.
I'm going to give this 9 beam balls out of 2 fallen turret drones.
Beanball.
Beam balls.
That-
It's fucking
Beam
turrets.
balls. Oh my God! Wait.
That
Wait.
sounds- wait.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Hold on.
Oh,
We missed something, and I'm going to have to incorporate it into my score.
Companion
I'm
cube?
actually going to have to give this 9 beam balls out of my one true love, the companion cube.
Which you
oh, the
incinerated.
cube.
I did not incinerate my cube.
You didn't incinerate your cube?
No.
How did you complete the objective?
I'm kidding. I had to incinerate.
We all had to incinerate it. I was so sad.
It's a lie.
Portal 2, you can take it with you. Portal
Okay.
1, you just have
Sounds
to
like the title.
incinerate. No,
Portal 2,
I was very sad.
it with you.
Take it with you.
Portal 2, you can touch
Wait,
it,
what?
but you can't take it with you.
On that note, thank you, everybody.
Thank you for
Appreciate
tuning in
you
to our
coming in.
Portal review.
Yeah,
Portal
no.
review.
Next week, get ready for some mubbers.
Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over.
Thanks for listening to Super Fun Game Review Podcast Go. Stay up to date on our Facebook at facebook.com/superfunpodcast.